Ciao a tutti, welcome to my kitchen. I'm Deborah Dal Fovo, Italian chef, and today I'm going to show you how to capture the goodness of summer fruit for the winter time. I know we don't want to be talking about winter now, but when you find fruit this perfect, and I found these gorgeous summer apricots at my farmer's market, and they're tiny and they're so beautiful, they're just perfect, and I want to preserve these for the winter time. I'm going to show you today how to make what we call Albicocche Sciroppate, which are apricots in syrup, and we're just going to jar them for the winter, and that way we can preserve just the sunshine of these gorgeous, gorgeous apricots that I'm just so in love with. So anyway, I've already started to half my apricots, and I'm going to show you, it's so easy. You just follow the natural seam. There's a natural seam or a crease, and just follow it around with your knife and then just open them up like that, okay? And then take the pit out. Now, don't discard the pits because these are pretty precious. So in Italy we call these bitter almonds, mandorle amare. Inside the pits are these little kernels, okay? And these little kernels, they look like little almonds, and they have a wonderful almond flavor. So we're just going to put a couple of those in each jar, and it just gives it a little more flavor. So all you have to do with these is take a little hammer. I always like to put it in a little cloth. Just put them in your little cloth and just hit them with the hammer until they crack, and then you'll see that the kernel will just come out, okay? So keep those. Next, I'm making a simple syrup to pour over my apricots, and I'm just bringing to a boil a half a cup water and a half cup sugar. And you can flavor it with either some little cardamom seeds, or I've got a little vanilla bean, a little, just about a 1-inch, 2-inch piece of vanilla bean. So I'm going to put this on the stove and bring it to a boil and then turn it off. And I've got a nice sterilized jar, a freshly sterilized jar, and a new lid. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to arrange the apricots. I'm going to put them cut side down in my jar and try to pack them as tightly as you can. So what I'm doing is I'm fitting the curves of the apricots against each other so that they snuggle really nicely together, and that way you can get more in. Just lightly press, but not too much, because we don't want to bruise the apricots. And then I'm going to put my apricot kernels right in the jar. So I've got my hot simple syrup, and I'm just going to take the vanilla bean out and lay it on here, and then I'm just going to pour the simple syrup over top. Be careful because it's hot, and we want to leave about a nice 1/4 inch around the top. Now I've got a damp paper towel. I'm just going to wipe the rim, make sure that there's no syrup, and then I'm just going to seal my jar with the lid. Put the rim on and tighten it. Now the next step is to process our jar, and you probably will be doing more of these than just this, but I'll show you in this small pan. So you just bring a pan full of water to boil. It should rise up about 1 inch or 2 inches over the jar, okay? And then we're going to take, once it's boiled, you're going to take a nice cloth, and then put this in the boiling water. Okay, just cover it and then use the processing times on your jar instructions. Now for this size jar, I'm going to process these for about 15 minutes. 15, a little bit more than 15 minutes. I don't want to process them too long because I don't want the apricots to get too soft and mushy. So a small jar like this, I would do 10 minutes. This one I would do 15 to 20 minutes, and larger jars you can do 30 minutes. Let's take a look at how they look once they're processed. I made these last night, and they look lovely. Let me take one out and show you. Just beautiful. Let's turn it over so you can see. Just beautiful. They're soft but not too soft, and they've got this nice syrup all around them, and they're wonderful on ice cream or with cake or just by themselves. I'm going to taste a little bit of the syrup. Delicious. And when you open a jar of these in the winter months, you are going to be so glad that you made them. So there you have it. These are Albicocche Sciroppate, or apricots in syrup. And as you can see, it's a very simple process, really simple. So there's no excuse. When you find some beautiful, beautiful, perfect fruit, just use a few to save for a little treat for the winter. You'll be very glad you did. And I'll put the link to the recipe in my caption. Hope you enjoyed this video and that you'll make these apricots in syrup for yourself and have a little ray of sunshine this winter when you open them. Ciao. Take care.